So now we would like to ask Dr. Rainer Picha, who is the president of the International Maharishi AyurVeda Foundation and renowned cardiologist, to present his speech.
Jai Gurudev, respected representatives on the dais, respected Maharshi and dear fellow colleagues and Vaidyas and honored guests. Actually, I wanted to divide my presentation into 3 sections. The topic is on using the full potential of the Veda. And I wanted to divide in 4 sections, and the first and the second is already brilliantly covered by Maharshi. And the first is that consciousness is really primary, and everything in creation arises from consciousness. And Veda is the fundamental law and knowledge from where everything arises in the midst of the self-interacting dynamics of consciousness. I just want to introduce you to some key principles of Maharishi AyurVeda. And the goal of any consciousness-based approach is to allow the physiology to function and work from its foundation, which is the self, Atma, pure consciousness. And we have heard that Maharshi introduced transcendental meditation to give us a tool to access that field of pure consciousness. And we have heard that more than 7 or almost 700 studies and 350 have been peer-reviewed, that means on a very high level of evidence, have shown the efficacy of this method to improve health. And just I wanted to mention a breakthrough in 2013, and that came from the most prestigious and highly acknowledged American Heart Association, who stated in 2013 that transcendental meditation is the only studied meditation technique that has sufficient scientific evidence to lower high blood pressure. And high blood pressure is really the biggest killer in today's world, leading to heart attack and stroke. And the theme of Veda in the human physiology, Maharshi has covered beautifully himself. Maharaja has been asked by Maharshi to look into this theme of Veda being at the foundation of the physiology from a scientific angle. And what he found is really that every aspect, every fiber in the human physiology is made out of Veda. And this is the published book where all this research has been published. It's entitled Human Physiology, Expression of Veda in Vedic Literature. Here are some examples that we can't go in detail here, but this is Rig Veda, the first and most holistic aspect of the Vedic literature. And what you see here in this graphic is that all the 192 nerves of the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system correspond exactly in function and structure to the 192 suktas of the first book, first mantra of Rig Veda. Jyotish is another example that has all the solar system and planets have their correspondence in the human brain. It's a beautiful match, and that shows that even the far distant environment, like the planets and stars, have an influence of health, and that's why Jyotish, Vedic astrology, plays an important role. And those are the key disciplines that Maharshi has specifically emphasized on. I just wanted to present to this very shortly in one glance, and this transcendental meditation and Jyotish we have covered, and I will lead through some applications of Maharaj's discovery. It's not only a theory that we are made out of Veda, but that has very practical and powerful therapeutic instruments. And we will show Sthapatya Veda, which is the more closer environment around us, very important for health, Vastu Vidya. And then Maharshi has developed himself, Maharshi light therapy with gems. We will go into Maharshi Aroma and collective health, all very shortly. It doesn't mean that all the classical Ayurvedic disciplines are not used in Maharishi AyurVeda. They're all part of Maharishi AyurVeda, like herbs. We will hear much more of many of those aspects during the next 2 days. just wanted to mention one application of Maharshi's discovery, and you see it here displayed. This is the model of Vedic physiology, and this is a 30 minutes presentation when you switch it on, and it shows with a simple commentary the 10 mandalas and how they are expressed in the human physiology. At the same time, you see blinking lights highlighting this area, and just by viewing this, and this is a combination really of seeing it, understanding the logic, and hearing it, and then have the direct experience. After each of those mandalas, you hear the Vedic recitation of the Veda, which is hearing yourself. And all this combination together is so powerful that we have seen amazing results, immediate results in chronic disease and great experiences, and that has inspired us to start research on that. So that has become a powerful tool of Maharishi AyurVeda. And similar to this, the Maharshi Vedic vibration and Vedic sound therapy are application of Maharshi's discovery, because those sounds, when we hear them, they correspond to certain areas that we know now from Maharshi's discovery, and we can directly enliven those areas by just listening to the sounds, and they resonate with the inner intelligence and re-enliven the perfection in our physiology. We have studies that Dr. Neda Maharishi has performed himself in 2001, and we see here the range of improvement. And the amazing thing about it is that this happens when you come out of the room. You enter the room with a chronic disease that is there for years, and you come out with a 60 to 30% reduction. This is a really amazing thing. This has been published. And now I just want to shift your attention to the more near environment, Sthapatya Veda. These are buildings established to natural laws, Sthapan established in Veda. So this is also Maharishi AyurVeda, and one of the key rules is that the buildings have to be aligned according to the cardinal directions, as you can see here. And here is a building here at our home in Vlodrop. And it's interesting that just last year in 2014, the Nobel Prize in Medicine was awarded for a GPS positioning system in the brain. And when you would see it on the map, it really looks just a grid of a city map that is there within the brain. And that means we have to be oriented properly to get in tune with natural law. And so that supports the age-old wisdom of Vastu Vidya that all buildings have to be aligned according to the cardinal direction. And I want to introduce Maharshi light therapy with gems, which is a combination of modern and ancient technology. Maharshi inspired a department for Maharshi light therapy with gems to look into possibilities to find high quality light that can shine through these precious stones. The Charaka already recommended for longevity and improving health. And here the light shines through those order-like crystalline structures. These are the most orderly minerals on this planet and also the oldest on this planet. And this light then infuses this orderly intelligence into the physiology. And this has shown also great, amazing results. And it's not like UV light or laser light that does something. It really evokes the Veda within us, the intelligence within us, and heals us with our own inner intelligence. And same was Maharshi aromatherapy. Just mentioned this one because Maharshi was keen on using all the 5 senses for each patient, a multimodality approach. And, but the effect of aromatherapy is very rewarding for the physician because the effect is immediate. And in pulse diagnosis, Nadi Vigyan, we could feel this immediate result. And also see, for example, some research we have started with aromatherapy, and it shows a greater coherence between the left and right hemisphere. That means the aromatherapy that directly affects the oldest part of the brain, the limbic system, responsible for emotion and mood, has its direct effect and increases the integration of the brain and uses the full potential. Lastly, I want to mention that Maharshi was very strong on collective health. So it's not enough to focus on the individual alone, but the stress of the individual is very much influenced by the social stress and social consciousness, collective consciousness. And Maharshi said that large group of meditators would be able to reduce stress in the atmosphere. And indeed, research has been shown that those large groups are able to clear the collective consciousness and bring peace and harmony. We'll hear from this later in the next 2 days on these researches. And I want to conclude with a few words on our newly formed International Maharishi AyurVeda Foundation. Just last year we have incorporated, and this is our first activity, and we have organized this congress together with the other 2 organizations. And our mission is to connect all Maharishi AyurVeda trained physicians worldwide to form a united global voice to strengthen Maharishi AyurVeda and to make Ayurveda an inherent part of the public healthcare system. And our activity will be to support research and to organize congresses as this one, and we will follow Trigunaji's advice and recommendation to repeat this every 2 years. We offer medical training and want to interact with governmental institutions. And this is the last picture I want to show. This is really the implementation of all of Maharshi's health programs in one building. Maharshi worked himself on this building for over a year together with hospital architects and Vastu architects and health experts. And here we want to implement all of Maharishi AyurVeda programs and to integrate it even with modern medicine. Maharshi felt we should use the best ever what human mankind has brought out, ancient and modern. Thank you for your attention. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you so much, Dr. Picha, for your beautiful overview and summary of all the different Vedic approaches for health, perfect health. We also have some gift for you. And then we would like to invite everybody for a little break of about 10 minutes.